What's your baseball philosophy? What got you so far?
Well, I've been blessed with a lot of ability, and I got some speed, and I've definitely worked at my offensive game a lot, and come a long way since high school. I guess I wasn't really a high prospect out of high school, and really had to work on it. And got to college. I went to the University of Florida. Really owe my coaches a lot of thanks there because they really helped me become the player I am today. And since pro ball, it's just kind of been sticking with the same approach. I've been swinging the bat pretty well every year and playing solid defense and using my speed. So it's kind of my philosophy out there.
Now, has baseball changed you at all? Professional baseball?
I mean, there's so many ups and downs in professional baseball. Season's really long, and you kind of got to, you can't really get too high or too low, and you got to, you kind of take that into life too. You can't really, get too high or too low. You got to kind of stay even keel in baseball, and I guess that teaches you that. And it's really a grind out here every day, especially in the minor leagues. And, sometimes you go places it's not as glamorous as I guess other people make it out to be, but you push through it and you do what you got to do to play the next game. And but I've definitely enjoyed my time playing baseball.
Now, they talk about the minor leagues. They talk about first-round draft picks, but once they get in an organization, sometimes they get passed up by guys like in the 50th round. Why does that happen?
I mean, guys, the higher picks definitely have priority, but they're always going to want the guys that are the best talent or play the best. Sometimes they miss some guys, and I think that's what happens. I think they want the best talent, but I think they give the guys that are higher picks more priority, and obviously they pay them a lot of money, so they want to try to see how their investment pays off. But I think they ultimately want to win, and they're going to take the best talent.
Now, spring training, once you get out there, you're surrounded by tons of guys at your spot trying to take your position. How do you approach that?
I mean, you can't really look at it that way. You got to just do what you can, play the way you play, and obviously there's a ton of guys out there, but you can't worry about how they're playing. It's hard enough playing out there trying to hit and do all those other things, so you got to worry about yourself and try to play the best you can. And if you do that, I think all the stuff works out.
Now, talk about baseball as a failure sport. It's probably the first time you failed to get into professional baseball, or there's a lot of injuries or ups and downs in organizations and stuff like that. Have you ever thought about not playing baseball?
No, I mean, I love it. It's something everybody, majority of the kids probably dream about playing. You come out here and see them in the stands and kids yelling for autographs and all that. And I've always dreamed about playing this as a kid, and I wouldn't give it up until someone told me I had to stop playing. So, I mean, I know it's tough for guys that aren't moving as fast as they want to or where they want to be, and fortunately for me, I've been blessed and been able to get the opportunities when they came up, and in a good spot where I am right now. So,
what are some of the things you learned the hard way that nobody told you about before you started?
Probably dealing with injury. I got hurt last year in spring training, and that was actually my first injury ever in my life playing baseball or anything. And so I had to deal with that, and it's got a lot of sitting around, a lot of downtime, but you can't really push it too hard. You got to let your body heal as it is, and come back to that when you're ready. So that was probably the toughest thing for me.
Now, once you sign a contract, obviously you're a professional baseball player, but can you point to a moment before that you knew you were going to play professional baseball?
I mean, I always told my parents when I was a kid that's what I wanted to do, and at a young age, I always knew I'd keep playing, and it was kind of always in my mind that I would be playing professional baseball. And so I don't know if there's an exact moment, but I always enjoyed going to games when I was a kid. I always enjoyed playing, and I had a lot of friends that played as well when I was younger, and my cousin actually plays pro ball too, so we've always kind of been friends and knew we were going to kind of make it. So,
anybody tell you couldn't play? You couldn't play professional? You had this dream that.
No, I mean, no one's told me that, and I mean, I've had a lot of support, and no one's ever told me I couldn't play. I mean, maybe told me I couldn't. I guess in high school I wasn't highly recruited, so they kind of was telling me that I wasn't good enough to play at the next level, but no one directly told me, so I kind of had to make it on my own and prove them wrong. That people are always doubting your ability and doubting your talents and what you can do on the field, and you got to just go out there and prove them wrong.
That comes to the Do you read the sports pages or scouting reports where they list you in the organization, the top 30 in Major League Baseball, stuff like that?
Yeah, they have all those prospect lists and stuff. I mean, I think when I first started playing, I kind of looked into that more, and now it's kind of, you can't really pay attention to that too much. It's not really the organization that's putting those out there anyway. So, I mean, you got to go out there and play, and those things I don't really, shouldn't be an issue.
Mom and dad call you up, say, hey, guess what I read about you? And
Yeah, my mom does that a lot, but it's just kind of, you just got to take it for what it is.
how do you handle the people yelling and screaming at you all the time?
I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of fun being out there, and especially when you're on the road and you got a rowdy crowd out there yelling at you. I think it's a lot of fun, and I'd rather be playing like that than a stadium where no one's talking or anything. And it's great to be out there in an atmosphere like that.
How about the umpires? How do you handle the umpires?
I'm not a big guy that's gonna yell and scream at an umpire. I've never been thrown out of a game or anything, but I think they're human as well. They mess up at times, and you just gotta take it for what it is, and maybe talk to them, let them know what you thought, and then everybody can learn from that situation.
What would you tell a high school kid about professional baseball if he came up and asked you?
Just to keep playing. If it's something you dream about and you want to do with your life, I'd say just keep practicing, keep playing hard, and just keep playing as long as someone tells you you can't.